Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. We're going to dive right in today because we're looking at a universally shared, honestly deeply relatable everyday experience. So picture this. You're standing at your kitchen counter. You've got your cutting board out, your favorite chef's knife is ready to go, and sitting right there in front of you is a perfectly innocent-looking onion. You make that first cut, and suddenly, despite your absolute best efforts, your eyes are stinging, and you're crying like you've just watched the saddest movie of the year. I mean, we have all been there, right? But what is actually happening on that cutting board? Well, today, we're decoding the hidden science of your kitchen prep by exploring the chemistry of kitchen tears.
So that brings us to our main question. Why do onions actually make us cry? It seems like such a simple annoyance, right? Just a minor culinary inconvenience. But to truly understand the answer, we have to look a lot closer. We really need to shrink down and examine the exact microchronology of what happens the literal moment a sharp metal knife slices through the layers of an onion. Because it's not just cooking, it is a rapid-fire sequence of chemical events. Moving into Section 1, breaking the plant cells. Let's look at that microchronology. Okay, imagine that knife slicing downward in extreme slow motion. When the onion is whole and just, sitting peacefully in your pantry, its internal chemistry is perfectly balanced and safely partitioned. The specific chemicals inside the plant are neatly separated by cell walls. But here's step 1. The knife violently breaks those plant cells open. Step 2, with those physical barriers now gone, enzymes and sulfur compounds that were safely separated suddenly mix together inside the onion. Step 3, this mixing is highly reactive, and it immediately produces a brand new volatile chemical. And finally, step 4, because this chemical is volatile, it instantly turns into a gas, escapes the cutting board, and makes a direct beeline straight for your eyes. Which brings us to Section 2, a chemical defense mechanism. This is an active strategy.
It's really tempting to view this mixing of molecules as just some random accident of cooking, but we really have to look at it from the plant's perspective. The onion is sitting in the dirt, trying to survive and, well, not get eaten by foraging animals or hungry insects. Since it obviously can't run away, it's evolved a brilliant system to fight back. Simply put, onions use chemistry as defense. It is an absolutely stunning display of nature's ingenuity. The plant uses its own perfectly separated internal chemistry as a dormant weapon. The second an external threat breaks its cellular walls, the chemical alarm bells ring, the compounds mix, and biological warfare begins. It's literally designed to be unpleasant to anything that tries to consume it.
Now for a moment of deep scientific credibility the next time you're cooking with friends. Here's the exact identity of that invisible weapon. Syn-propanethial-S-oxide. This is the direct product of those enzymes and sulfur compounds mixing together. This specific gas is what escapes the damaged onion, floats right up through the air, reaches your eyes, and causes that immediate stinging irritation. But here's a truly surprising fact that shows just how complex this everyday vegetable really is. Humans have been cultivating, chopping, and crying over onions for literally thousands of years. Yet the exact biological mechanism behind it remained kind of a partial mystery for a very long time. It actually wasn't until the year 2002 that scientists finally identified the specific enzyme responsible for kickstarting this whole crying process, an enzyme known as lacrimatory factor synthase. Just think about that. We only fully mapped out this specific piece of the puzzle at the very start of the 21st century. Pretty wild, right?
Now on to Section 3, the body's tear response. Let's look at the human biology side of things. So what exactly happens when that cloud of syn-propanethial-S-oxide gas hits your eye? How does your body actually react to this botanical attack? Well, the gas immediately causes severe irritation. Your nervous system detects this chemical invader instantly, and in return, your body triggers its own automatic defense response. The eye rapidly produces copious amounts of tears. You see, you aren't crying because you're sad the onion is being chopped. Those tears are actually a highly effective physiological defense mechanism going into absolute overdrive, desperately trying to dilute and wash away the irritating gas to protect your vision. It's literally a defensive battle between the plant's chemistry and your body's biology.
And that brings us to our final takeaway in this explainer, which is perfectly summarized by this thought. Science is not only in laboratories. Sometimes it is hiding on your kitchen counter. The next time you're preparing dinner and you feel those familiar tears welling up, don't just immediately reach for a tissue. Take a second to marvel at the invisible, complex chemical warfare happening right in front of you. It's a fantastic reminder that the world around us is packed with hidden wonders, just waiting to be understood. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. But before we go, it really makes you wonder, what other incredible chemical warfare is quietly taking place inside your refrigerator right now?